Good afternoon, everybody. This is Tim Barnes from Barnes Violins. We're very excited to launch our new YouTube channel. I wanted to give you a little idea of what this video will be about, which is essentially some backstory about me and Barnes Violins and what we're hoping to do with this channel. We're trying to think about things that we can do that are helpful, if not unique, to you guys, and to try to answer questions, help educate. Maybe we can be mildly entertaining, from time to time. At Barnes Violins, we offer a lot of services in regards to instrument care, and those would include repairing cracks, open seams. We cut beautiful bridges if something breaks or you just need a new bridge cut or whatnot. Sound post adjustments, certainly. Anything to do with fingerboards, scrolls, pegs, new pegs, peg bushings, etc., etc. The luthier that works for us also is a marvelous violin maker. He's made several violins and a viola up to this point. I believe he's working on his second one. And we've sold many of his instruments already to very happy customers in South Florida. We also have a wonderful collaborative situation with a marvelous bass luthier as well. So we've got some wonderful bass offerings, plus full service bass shop for all bass repairs, which are a bit unique relative to violin, viola, or cello. So we're really excited to share with you what we do and why we think the buying or renting, not to mention repairing and restoring of an instrument, is in many ways a unique experience at Barnes Violins. And we're going to attempt to show you kind of why that is. So I just wanted to share with you guys my background in the violin business. I started playing the viola. I'm a violist, and started in 5th grade in public school in Nashville, Tennessee, which is where I'm from. I ended up being introduced to a really fine viola teacher, Catherine Plummer, at Vanderbilt and Blair School of Music, which is where I went when I was in high school. I ended up going to San Francisco Conservatory of Music, graduated from there, and came to South Florida for the very beginning of a new organization at that time, the New World Symphony, on Miami Beach. So I came to Miami Beach, did the first 2 seasons with New World Symphony with Michael Tilson Thomas. And going forward, there was an opening in the Palm Beach Opera Orchestra for a principal viola position, which I was fortunate enough to win that. And also did a lot in the recording industry in South Florida with many well-known artists. I really felt at a certain point, right around 2000 or so, that I'd like to make a change. I loved performing, always loved instruments, and I thought maybe it might be a nice transition into the violin business. So I had a talk with an owner at a violin shop and decided to go to work for them, and then fast forward again, ended up doing 10 years there as general manager. So again, my player is a background, but I learned a lot about the business, a certain amount about repair and making of instruments and bows, etc., and have been able to bring that experience forward when Miss Virginia Barnes and myself decided to open Barnes Violins in 2015. So we are now in year 8, and business is going very, very well. We really enjoy what we do, and we're able to bring our experience as players to the violin business to help young players, customers, etc., when they're picking out equipment, whether it be their instrument, violin, viola, cello, bass, bows, and then of course there's the aesthetics of a case, or whatnot. We get very involved with customers and new students and that kind of thing. We're able to spend time with folks, listening to what they're looking for sound-wise. If somebody's looking particularly to buy something, that's a whole issue of trying to find the right fit for a person's personal preferences in terms of the voice, how the instrument responds, and what it will do for them if applicable, in a larger performing circumstance. If we've got players that are competition players and they care very much about how the violin, viola, cello, or bass is going to carry in the hall, you know, how the judges are going to perceive the instrument and that sort of thing. Circling back to with rental instruments and with very young kids, we get very involved with folks. Again, Mrs. Barnes and I were teachers, private teachers for many years, and we really enjoy helping young players, getting them set up with the right size of instrument, the correct bow, correct size, teaching them about how to use the rosin, adjusting shoulder rests, getting things really comfortable for players in that respect, if we're talking about violin, viola, and same with cello. So we're able to offer folks specificity in regards to these instruments from our own experience. And we really enjoy spending time with people and helping them from a player's perspective to try to answer some of their questions regarding instruments and what's going to be a really good fit for them. We're hoping to help educate players, performers to a certain extent, and prospective players about our violin shop and a little bit about the particular instruments also: violin, viola, cello, and bass. That's all we do here is bowed string instruments. So one of our big objectives is to offer up some information and hopefully useful to players, and we're going to try to think of things that we don't see on other channels or from other shops to try to help with a certain amount of insight, and largely coming back from our own experience. Virginia and I were both professional players for a lot of years, so we try to bring our experience to the business side of things as well, and with helping folks when they're picking out instruments and bows. Thank you so much for watching. As we go forward with this channel, please give us lots of feedback. We'd appreciate that very much. Things that you like, and you can let us know things that you don't like. We appreciate all feedback, and in particular, any questions you guys might have regarding the world of bowed string instruments. Thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate it.